benefits of the resources they have for you after the age of 18, you're gonna be all right. I'm gonna put the statistics out on the screen on how many foster youth either end up homeless, drug addicts, end up unaliving themselves, and just other things too. I just want to put light on taking what is there because it's there and you've already suffered the years leading on to that, so you might as well just keep going and hold on a little longer. Hey, it's Maya Nay. Today I'm about to tell y'all what y'all should be doing if you are leaving foster care soon, or if you left and you kind of want to go back. And I'm very passionate about this topic because I am a 22-year-old former foster youth who is currently beating the odds put out against her. I've been in the system from age 7 to 21, and I am on a waiting list to go back to foster care. I know it sounds crazy going back to foster care, but there's actually a program that I can be a part of until I'm 25 to get shared housing that is covered. They give you stipends, they help you with savings, they break down what you should be doing and get you ready for, you know, life after foster care. And just a little bit on my situation. When I was 17, I was living in a home that I was in for a little over a year. I had my daughter there, and when it was getting closer for me to move, y'all, I had my U-Haul ready. I had my boxes ready. I was so ready to leave. Since I had a child, I was able to get my own studio apartment. Got out of high school. Literally a year before that, I was out of high school. I graduated early. The benefits I say when it comes to the housing is you get stipends. You have at least a couple of years to get on your feet and not pay a full month's rent. Technically, you can get your college paid for and you'll get paid for going to school. So here is like the actual shit that you should really be doing. You should really be taking advantage of the housing and go to school and work part-time. But you should be going to school full-time, work part-time, and be a part of that housing program, because if you do that, you'll get your school paid for and you'll be getting paid from the stipends that you get for being in the housing. You'll be a part of the savings program that you're able to some programs match whatever you put in the account, and in other programs they take whatever they make you pay for rent and they'll give it back to you when you complete the program. Now there is different rules and guidelines that you have to follow, which is definitely expected because they are renting out apartments. They're renting out regular apartments, so you would never know if your neighbor was like a former foster youth or whatever, but it's kind of obvious because the social worker still comes. But they are renting apartments that are actually like, you know, from like landlords and stuff like that. So you definitely need to make sure you're not leaving a bad representation for the program, because that's one thing I feared, like getting closer to 18. I used to think like, what if they take away this program because people are just like not using it the right way? What if a lot of apartments don't want to accept that anymore? But thank God I was able to get in and it was still there. But I'm saying this to say, yes, there's going to be rules that you have to follow, but as long as you stay busy and they know that you're busy, they're not even going to be in your hair for real. And from my viewpoint, I've been in a situation where my first apartment was a studio, and then I ended up losing that apartment and I moved to a different county, and I had a roommate. I had multiple roommates at that other apartment in a different county on and off. And I can say they try to roommate you with people that already have children, or if you don't have children, they're gonna room you with somebody who doesn't have children. But usually, like, the reason why I feel like I got a studio apartment is because my social worker was able to advocate for me. My court documents were able to show that I was responsible. I was somebody that was ready for the independence. So I think it definitely depends on who is, I wouldn't say worthy, but who has the most like paper trail of like, okay, we can trust them having their own unit, you know? And when I did finally get to move into my apartment, right, I always think about this here and there because technically they used to be like, oh, you get kicked out when you're 18 from a foster home. So that was kind of in the back of my mind. But at the foster home I was in, I knew that I kicked out, but I still wanted that independence, and I was so ready to move that I had my boxes packed weeks before. Like, looking back, I'd be thinking like, it looks so rude to just have more boxes and more boxes. Like, I didn't even have a move out date yet, but my 18th birthday was coming up, so I know they would just walk past my room and be like, dang, she ready to go. And it was like nothing personal on them, but it was just like, that was almost like a sweet 16. Like, you're turning 18 and you're aging out of foster care and you can finally get your own apartment. Like, that was something to look forward to. So yeah, but looking back, I'm like, I really wish I would have took my time, probably stayed there a little bit longer, and spent more time with the people there in the home. But I want to say this: if you are 16, right, and let's just say you don't have your permit yet, you don't have your license, I want you to start working on getting your permit. You're not gonna feel complete. I'm telling you, you are not gonna feel complete if you do not have a license before you are 18. You need a license for multiple reasons. You don't want to have to call nobody to help move your stuff. You can go get a U-Haul by yourself and move your stuff out. Come on. So you 16 right now, get your permit. Please get your permit. If you're able to get a job, please get a job. I don't care if you're catching the bus. I don't care if you have to walk to your job. Get a job so you can pay for a course that can get you your license, and then they also come and pick you up and you're able to practice driving with them. They have brakes and pedals on their side, and all in all, like, that's a good program to invest in, because being a foster child, you usually don't get those foster parents that teaches you how to drive, lets you use their vehicle, is really like adamant on you getting your license. For some reason, like, even with children that are in foster care, it almost feels like it's a privilege to get your license, which is fucking crazy, because everybody needs to learn how to drive. Like, driving is very fundamental. So it kind of blows me how, like I said, children that aren't even in the foster care system have to deal with that. So yeah, if you're wondering about the steps on getting your permit, it honestly is you having to have a talk with your foster parent that's in the home, because they do need to sign off a form, because you need to take a course online, which also costs some money. So you'll take the course online, and then you can schedule your appointment at the DMV, take the permit, and then have your foster parent sign the pink slip of the permit. And then with that permit, that's when you'll get that the student driving course, where they come and pick you up and you can use their vehicle to take your license. So honestly, as long as you pay for the own course, like, if you have your allowance or you have a job, pay for that course. I'm telling you, pay for the course to where you can go get your permit, because you can't just walk to the DMV and go get your permit. No, you have to take I forgot what it's called, but like, there's like a course that you have to take before you even consider making your appointment at the DMV. And I'm telling you, you got the money saved up, or you know, if you have a family member that does teach you how to drive, I just highly recommend, like I said, that program that will pick you up and you drive around and you get your hours from them and they sign off on everything and you go get your license. Main thing. And then you want to have a good rapport with your social worker. This is not the time to be messing with these social workers. 16 is the age where it's like, all right. Now, mind you, I understand not all social workers are for you. You might have to request to change yours, but do that as soon as possible. If you're wondering, like, you feel like you can't change your social worker, you don't know how to get through, there's always their supervisor. They're supposed to leave their supervisor's information in their voicemail. And if they're not doing that, you need to call up to their county building, or you need to take a look at your court documents that you get after your court hearings that is given to you. And you need to figure out what phone number is on there, because we do get attorneys as well. So if there's a situation with your social worker and you need to change your social worker, you can do that. Let's say you're on good terms with your social worker and you do have your license now, and you want to start talking about getting ready to move out and use that transitional housing program. Go ahead and start asking for it when you're 16 and a half. They're going to tell you that you cannot submit the application until you're 17 and a half, but who knows? Who knows how the waiting list is? The waiting list is pretty heavy. Even for me getting back into the system, like, I can't go back until like July. Like, the system is pretty packed. Some people are really like taking advantage. So let's say you do get the application. Don't submit it just yet when you're 16 and a half, but at least you can start looking it over and you can see what type of things they want you to fill out and stuff like that. You really need to practice responsibility. See if your foster parent will let you have a hold of like your social or your medical card. Start, just trying to practice and make your own dentist and doctor's appointments. Do all that. You gotta get familiar with taking care of yourself, and that's going to be very important, because I think just preparing yourself for the little things will help you figure out the bigger things. I'm telling you. If you are a young woman and you are about to age out of foster care and you have a boyfriend, I don't want to be the older sister that's like, don't focus on them boys. But honestly, from my standpoint, from the people I've spoke to experiences I've had, it never works out right when you have a boyfriend and you're trying to get this apartment resource through the system. You don't want to risk losing that because you moved him in, or he's tearing up places at the apartment. Like, don't even let these dudes know where you stay. I'm telling you, if you lock in from age 18 to 21, you can set your life up the rest of the way. I'm sorry. You can set your life up the rest of the way if you lock in from 18 to 21. Like I said, boom, you in that housing. Boom, you're not letting nobody really know where you stay. Boom, you're in school, full time in school, because you're gonna get paid every semester to go to school. Boom, get you a part-time job. Boom, you have your license. And with that money you get that first semester, you can go get you a cash car real quick. You've been using the bus for all this time, but you can get you a cash car real quick. I'm telling y'all don't want to hear it from me, because baby, I wish at 18 years old, when I moved into my studio apartment, I really focused on me and my daughter. It was November when I moved in. It was November 2020, and I went to work. I was working at Dollar Tree, and at that point, I kind of felt like I couldn't ask my foster mom to watch my child. Like, she also did have like a challenging schedule, so she really wasn't there all the time, and me and her dad were just not on talking terms. So I'd reached out to my friend, like, watch my daughter and stuff, but it kind of sucked because it was a hassle, because I would have to literally pick my friend up to take them both back to my apartment to go back to work when my job was like near her home. And it just seemed like around that time, if I was getting help, I broke my back to get help. But here's the thing, you have to either work or go to school to qualify to be a part of the transitional housing. So I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, I need to work. Like, I need to show these people like I am serious. But I'm like, I'm not saying I had an excuse, but dude, it was the year of COVID. I have a newborn. I could have chilled and did classes online. Like, I think to myself, like, what if I just stayed to myself all winter, hibernated, took my classes, didn't even worry about working because I didn't have to pay for rent. I could have did DoorDash. I literally signed up for DoorDash and Instacart the night I turned 18. Like, literally, like, after I was like, oh, it's my birthday, it's 12. I'm like, let me sign up. So boom, I would have stayed home, did online college courses, never talked to this dude back. If I would have never texted that dude back. But hey, I'm just sharing a little bit of what I had going on to help inspire people to focus. I'm telling you, you just gotta focus. And that's the good benefit about it. If you stay focused, you're gonna stay away from a lot of drama. I wasn't thinking straight. I for sure wasn't thinking straight, but it's okay. You live and you learn. I almost feel like this season of my life is like a do-over of what I should have did when I was 18. Although, you know, I gotta pay my own rent. I don't have free rent no more, and I don't have the luxury to just work full-time at the moment. I mean, I don't have the luxury to go to school full-time at the moment and work part-time, because I gotta go based off the school schedule. It's not gonna work out right now, but hey, I'm trusting God and I'm staying focused again. Literally just focused on what I can do better, when I want to go back to school, what I'm going to be doing. And all in all, like I said, I need to just run it back. So if I get into this program, like I said, even though I'm going to have to be paying rent at this program I do go to, it's going to be way reduced, and I'll have over a year in that program where I can just save and go to school and get more money from going to school. So that's the goal. So I'm showing God right now, like, I can stay focused. I can stay consistent with what I want to do in life and put my daughter's needs first and really put the relationship stuff to the side. I don't got time for it. Man, my first apartment. Yeah, that was a nice apartment. To this day, I think they one bedroom is going for like $3,000. Very nice apartment. That bathroom was so big I can kick in it. Like literally. But it's okay, like I said, I literally have the same opportunity that I had back then. It's me and my daughter. I don't have to worry about a dude. I'm not in a relationship. Focus on going to school. Get her to school. Come back. Be a content creator. Do what I gotta do. Because although where I'm at now, it's not the luxury. Y'all see the brown cabinets and stuff. It's not the luxury apartment I want to be in, but it's still a blessing. Stop playing. Like, it's still a blessing, and I'm so blessed and grateful that I'm able to have this apartment and cover the bills. Like, it's all on God. It's all with God. So I really hope if you're a former foster youth, you also look into any resource that you can still get. Remember, we get free Medi-Cal until we're 26. We get to go to school for free until we're 26. Most of the housing programs are up until 25 years old. So please get back and do some resources and do some research. Reach out to your social worker. Keep in touch with your social worker here and there. Just reach out. It won't hurt. But I'm gonna see y'all in the next video.